Greetings, my name is Omar. I'm a Running Star student at Seattle Central College. I've been a farm fellow here at Rainier Beach Action Coalition since 2023, and I've lived here in Rainier Beach my whole life. This is the Seeds of Change Farmer Talk Story series, where we have amazing stories to tell. And here's episode 5 with none other than Doratu, Abby, and Kiz, also known as DAC. They are RBAC's Original Food Justice Fellows. They help run the farm stand and CSA box deliveries. They are also the first faces farmers see when they come into the food hub. Here is their story.
So, what's your story working in food justice?
My story with working with food justice is my parents were farmers, so when they moved to the U.S., they couldn't really practice that until we bought a house. And the first thing that they did was start a garden, so from a young age, it taught me the importance of growing your own food.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to become a nurse, and with that, I've wanted to help people and make a difference. So when I heard about RBAC and them fighting for food justice, it aligned with my future goals.
For me, I grew up in the Rainier Beach neighborhood since I was 3, so I've witnessed the gentrification, food insecurity, and all the other issues that this community faces, so I wanted to help contribute to combating that with RBAC.
How's your guys' work changed from when you first started until now?
So for the first 2 years, we were running the farm stand at Ethiopian Community in Seattle, and we were selling produce. But after the second farm stand, we had to relocate to the Rainier Beach Plaza because ECS was going under construction.
Yes, so we started operating at the Rainier Beach Plaza, and because of the permit issues, and we also started giving the produce out for free because it was the peak of COVID.
And thankfully, by 2021, we had acquired the current building that we're in, which is the food hub, and have since then been able to use the space not only for the farm stand, but for all other food hub operations as well. So even though we started off as fellows, there was one summer where we took on more of that managerial role. That was in 2021 when we couldn't hire a manager in time for the start of the season. And while David was still doing some of the higher level work, he trusted us with making produce orders online, accepting deliveries, leading weekly team meetings, and opening the farm stand on Saturdays. So that kind of showed the kind of trust that RBAC puts in their youth. And it was a risk that he took, but I think that everything went smoothly. Our farm stands were successful, and yeah, it was a really good experience.
Yeah, why is it important that we hire youth to be a part of our teams?
Because they're the younger generation and they can continue to make an impact for the future.
And I would say for me, when I got hired on as a youth, I didn't really care much about healthy eating and growing your own produce, so it taught me the importance of that.
And also I think with nonprofits like RBAC that employ youth, there's people that live in other areas, but they try to focus primarily on the Rainier Beach community, so that itself helps to fight gentrification because we're keeping the people that are from here, we're allowing them to maintain living here because they get to work here and directly impact their own community. And like the director said, the younger that you involve youth in this type of work, the better they can pass it on to future generations.
I think it's important to specifically support POC farmers because they are not given as much support and resources and recognition compared to non-POC farmers, and their work has taught me just how hard it is and how important their work is.
And for me, something I've witnessed from all of our farmers as a whole is how dedicated and passionate they are about farming, despite all the hardships that it comes with, especially as BIPOC immigrant farmers. They don't give up, and I feel like that's a lesson that we can all take regardless of what we're all going through.
I would say increasing farm stands, so maybe having it twice a week all year round, and then hopefully that can build trust within the community and reduce the stigma of getting free resources.
In 2050, I envision the neighborhood to have proper access and there to be little to no barriers in accessing healthy food, and I envision a stronger and safer community.
And by 2050, I hope we've continued to pour more into the youth and get them more interested in food education, nutrition, and prioritizing whole foods that comes directly from Washington, because as we know now, a lot of kids go to processed foods or junk foods, so I hope we can see that improve as well.
How is RBAC going to stick with you in the future?
Well, Again, as someone that's from this neighborhood and this community, I think RBAC will always have a special place in my heart. I know there's always going to be events, there's still going to be farm stands, and everything will continue to grow. So I hope, regardless of where I am career-wise, to still be able to volunteer, to be a donor, and yeah, just show my face in the community, but also keep up with the amazing work that I know RBAC will continue to do.
I would agree with this. RBAC has basically became my second home. And for my profession, I'm studying social work right now, so I know RBAC would be a great resource to recommend people.
Yeah, I'll always remember RBAC and the work that I've done here and the impact that it's made on the community. And when I go into nursing, I'll put the practices I've done here and into the work that I do.
Okay, any last words for the people?
For me, I just want to say how thankful I am to RBAC for not only how much they pour into our farmers and community, but how much they pour into the people that work there and the youth. They're very supportive through everything. They see our struggles, but they're also there for us and our successes, and that's something I'll always hold on to. And I hope that in the work that I do personally, at least, and whether it's in a business career, whether I go to another nonprofit, is to kind of follow that same ethical, supportive manner when I make decisions.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to work at a job like this and just to be able to be part of a change that is needed.
I'm also grateful to be a part of this organization, and I hope youth can take this and spread the word and get more youth involved.
We got to learn how DAC became a thing at RBAC and how Doratu, Abby, and Kiddes went from performing Ethiopian dances at farm stand celebrations to leading these events themselves at 18. They are an example of system change by the community for the community. They show that youth can become leaders and should be leading this change for the next generation. This is Omar signing out. Make sure to eat your produce and stay tuned for the season finale.